felon charge for having fucking brass knuckles, but I got it expunged because I wasn't going to use them. It was a gift from Island Def Jam.
Like actual brass knuckles?
Yeah, it was in diamonds. It was $20,000 in diamonds. It said Island Def Jam because my brother just got signed to the label, so they gave it to me, and I was drunk, and I put it in my bag, not thinking anything of it. Put it through the X-ray machine at LAX. They're like, "You have brass knuckles at the airport." I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "That's illegal in the state of California." I'm like, "I'm from the state of Pennsylvania. How the fuck am I supposed to know?" And mine back.
I had a brass knuckles keychain, or like this big. A child could maybe stick their fingers in, and they took that away. It's on a USB key.
Yeah, they took her fucking $500 worth of like perfume and Josie Marie argan oil.
What? Argan oil. What mischief are you going to get up to with a moisturizer?
Actually really good stuff. I should picture, but we were laughing because they did take the dry shampoo, which was bigger, but then they took like the smaller lotion. I'm like, but it doesn't make sense on the ounces. It was just weird, but it's never gonna stop bringing anything anymore. I'm just having an empty suitcase.
Yep, yeah.
Shop here.
Just shop here. Your American dollar goes way further anyway.
This here, this that thing everyone loves.
Oh my God, look at Emma.
Look
at you. You're living your best life.
Don't stare at her too long.
Oh. I know Papa's voice. Oh, they're tethered together. That's all. Oh. Clothesline. Oh. Oh, I love it. Oh, that's
so
noise. That's noise. There you go. There's your moisturizer. Who needs Josie Moran?
Who needs Josie?
Josie's out of it. She should sit down.
I mean, I don't mind. But let's begin, shall we? Now that we're all here. Emma, sit. Oh, do whatever you want. That is the case. Good morning. Hi.
Morning.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
There's a gentleman standing over there. Do you need me? Do you need my...
No,
are
I'm
we
just
good?
making sure you're all good.
Okay. Do you control the room?
I control the sound.
Oh, okay. Not the lights?
No.
Okay. It's fine.
I can find somebody.
It's
We
all
all went back to second
It's
grade.
all right.
These fluorescent lights, we can see every zit,
Yeah,
scrape,
yeah.
scrap, and bruise since I've had since birth.
I might be a
School.
wee bit
School.
hungover for this, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Bam. Oh, hi.
Emma, come here.
Just making sure.
Come.
I'm going to start with the most burning questions, the most urgent questions, the questions that occurred to me first.
Yeah, I'm
So
no
that you were
filter,
gonna
so you
be-
can ask me anything.
That's what I hear, and that surprises me not at all. So first of all, let's just get one thing straight. On a scale of 1 to 10, and I'm hoping you're absolutely honest with me here, where 1 is rock bottom and 10 is best day of your life,
Yeah.
how are you?
Phenomenal. I was fucking 10,
10 out of
11,
10.
whatever.
Okay.
But I was very bad to the point where I drove to Los Angeles. I was going to check into the Sunset Marquee, get as many drugs as possible, and die. Then I overhear her talking, and I hear, listen, motherfucker, I'm 43, I'm Sicilian and Irish, I was born in Jersey. I'm like, who the fuck are you? I was born in fucking Philly, I'm 43, I'm Irish and Italian. When's your birthday? 11/27/79. I'm fucking 11/28/79. Let's go. We've been together ever since. She's a stretch fitness coach and a stretch coach, and she has stretched my legs back to normal because the doctor said that because of all the alcohol dehydration, my legs are like dry rotted rubber bands and I can never skate the way I used to anymore. So I lost all hope. But now they're 100% better because she stretched my ass fucking 2 hours a day, which is what I need.
Well, I think I speak for everyone here when I say I'm glad to hear it, and thank you.
And she gave me the ultimatum, her pussy or the vodka, so I picked the
Even the Daily Mail already printed it, so I guess you can tell everybody. The last quote, I was like, thank God Dad doesn't.
Exclusive. Bam, shoes his pussy.
Right, basically.
But man, it was, I don't know how you could tell how does a millionaire hit rock bottom? Because rock bottom to me is being broke as a joke, stealing your mom's VCR to go fucking pawn it for heroin or some shit, which I've never tried. But, and nowhere to go, no friends that are sleeping under a fucking bridge. That's rock bottom. But if you have $1 million, how do you determine hitting rock bottom? But to me, it was rock bottom. 5 different fucking lawsuits over bullshit, a custody battle. I haven't seen my kid in 200 days. And I'm like, fuck it. Like, every day, Steve-O would tell me, "Bam, if you get sober, you'll start to see that everything's going to get better." Well, not when you have to go, you're forced to go to therapy, neurofeedback for $800, and then take all this fucking medication, which I'm forced to take under the Paramount contract, and if I don't, then I don't get my $5 million for the movie. And of course, I slipped up and didn't take some. That shit made me a fucking zombie. I went in on Adderall and alcohol, which I had a prescription to for 13 years. I come out on bupropion, propanolol, Latuda, lithium, Zyprexa, Depakote, Wellbutrin, Abilify. The list goes on. Contrave, it just goes 18 different medications. I was a zombie to the point where I couldn't even fucking cry or come.
Wow.
Sorry, that took me a second. such a spectrum between crying and coming. But we'll talk more about that. Maybe, not that specifically. I think the other big burning question on everyone's minds are, like, what are you doing here? What's your relationship to horror?
Well, I guess the promoter's friends with my manager, Jack, and he said that it doesn't matter. Whoever draws a crowd is coming, whether in a comedy movie or not, or a video game, come on up. I was like, all right, I'm on my way. Because I have to go to Albany anyway to visit my shaman and this really good artist named Drew Miller.
Okay, well, that's one answer. But the answer I want to hear is that you love horror movies.
Big time.
And your favorite horror movie is?
My favorite horror movie is, let's see, well, there's a lot of good ones, but one that stands out is, well, how about that Sleepaway Camp? It's from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Not many people probably saw it, but
Everyone hears
you wonder
that.
about this motive of a girl on a fucking killing spree, and you're like, why? Why kill? Because at the end, she reveals she has a dick on. Tranny, and she was. Either way, it's like, why the fuck is she killing everybody? Then at the end, you're just like, she has a fucking dick, and she doesn't. What the fuck?
Dick can drive people crazy. I think I'm not just speaking for myself. It's not just, pussy or vodka, dick or crazy eating everybody, But I think there is definitely a relationship between skateboarding and cinema, which I think not a lot of people understand. I used to work in a skate shop when I was in my 20s,
Right.
and you were the closest thing to goth, so I was just kind of like, he's my guy. But if you were a skateboarder before the age of cell phones and you wanted to take it anywhere, you had to become an amateur filmmaker.
Yeah.
You had to get that gear, get some guys together,
Yeah.
and learn what the fuck you're doing. So, having gone through that, what was the role that that came most naturally to you? Was it directing? Was it shooting, editing?
It was directing because, even somebody like Steven Spielberg would not be able to film a skate trick the way it's supposed to look. You need a fucking fisheye. If it's a 20-stair rail, you need to be on the 6th stair as low as possible with the fisheye. Steven Spielberg would probably have a fucking dolly with an Arriflex and all this bullshit, filming it straight and making it look like it's a line. Bullshit, Boulder Dash, can't do it. Mm-hmm. And skateboarding ramps are so hard to build, you need to be a skateboarder to know the math of the transitions. And Dannii Marie made the mega ramp so perfectly, over millions and millions of dollars to do this thing that's now on the X Games. If it was slightly off, you would be fucking dead.
Dead. I remember watching that DC video with my heart in my throat, that's a horror movie.
Yeah.
Because if anything goes wrong, he is dead. But of course, it wouldn't have been in the movie.
Because what's funny though is my shaman was at an horror con, he's just looking at, he's from Iran, and he's just like, it's very funny to me that people wait in line to tell somebody, that was my favorite horror film ever. You scared me to death for months and months and months. Thank you. Can you sign this? You scared the living shit out of me for months and months.
Yeah.
Please sign this. Thank you so much for making me have terrible nightmares.
Traumatized. And it's some of the injuries you see in skate videos too. You never forget.
Oh my God, no. That's the thing.
What's the worst one you've
skateboarding.
ever seen?
Me. I've tried the loop 20 feet high, and we call it a Schaefer because Brian Schaefer tried it, and he looped like this and smacked his head. I did the same thing, and I was at the bottom of the bowl, which is 13 feet up to even get out, and my brain was so jiggled loose that I felt like I was touching the ground right here, and then I threw up everywhere, and I punctured a lung. And they took me accidentally to the Children's Hospital in Louisville, Kentucky, which was a blessing because the line in the regular one was so long because it was like a Friday, people were partying, and I got to skip the line. They found out I was bleeding out, and I had to stay there for a few days, take a private jet from Louisville to Philadelphia home, and just lay there for a month. Because broken ribs are fucking terrible. Like, if you cough, you feel like you're breaking it. If you sneeze, you are breaking it. And God forbid you play me a romantic comedy, it's torture. Because you're like, oh, ow, ow, fuck. and you can't ice it or put a cast on it. You just gotta fucking deal with it.
Well, skateboarding be like that. It is tough on the body. It has a very short shelf life.
Yep.
And then you made Haggard.
Yeah.
Were you hoping to transition into filmmaking?
Well, I always wanted to, but I just felt like doing professional skate tricks, which is really important because if they're half-assed, there's no skaters going to watch it. And then stupid-ass stunts in between, because when somebody like my uncle, who's an auto mechanic, watches a skate video, you know, they have ADD. They're like, oh, that's a neat trick. Damn, that's crazy. That's a neat trick. All right, I'm over it. But when you keep skipping to, you know, kicking a football into a car, they skid out there like, what the fuck, asshole? And you cause a confrontation. Then, you know, you see awesome skate tricks and then funny ass shit together. And when I called it CKY. And then that's when Jeff Tremaine started Big Brother, and then he used my footage for the first pilot for Jackass, and then we didn't know it would be such a big success. So Jackass, the whole first season is just CKY1 and CKY2K, something that I made when I was 16, and then it just sold over 1 million copies through word of mouth.
Yeah, no, those videos like really it revolutionized it. Like the timing, the fact that like skateboarding was so hot at the moment, the fact that reality TV was emerging, and it just combined all of this to be a perfect storm of popularity, but also like red light danger zone for the people involved and to, you know, have their sanity and bodies intact.
And it's funny too because when you're an adolescent ass punk 16-year-old kid and you order a soda from the Wendy's drive-thru only to say fire the hole and throw it back as a bitch, it's funny. If I'm 44 and I do that now, they'll be, man belongs in the mental institution. Dude, it was so funny when he kicked your dad's ass when he was taking a shit. If I did that shit now at the age of 44 and he's 60, whatever, Bam belongs in a mental institution. So it's very hard to determine what's funny these days.
So going back to Haggard, it's a comedy. Has anyone here seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. There's big fans in the house. That makes sense. There is a horror sequence, the fork in the eye.
Oh yeah.
Tell us how you did that.
We this guy, his name is Tom Martin, and he does like I guess I don't even know what it's called. Fake skin and blood with the corn syrup and shit. So the chick stabs him in the eye, and then we instantly cut to somebody else's reaction going, oh my god. So then when we cut back to it, now it's a fake eye with a fork in it with blood. So, you know, if we couldn't have edited to the guy's reaction, I don't know how you could make that work.
Okay, so it didn't actually connect.
No, it went, and then it cut right there, and then I filmed the guy go, and then we put it in with the fake shit.
That's filmmaking, guys. That is cinema. You are an auteur. To what extent, as things went on, as Jackass blew up, and even as you started doing more reality stuff, did you continue working behind the scenes, behind the camera, editing?
Yeah, I mean, I would always it worked like a perfect heartogram. Like I would skate all day, edit it, direct it, put it out, and repeat. So, and it was just a perfect formula. And as a matter of fact, when you hear the sound of film, that's $60. That's $100. It's very expensive. So when I'm trying to trick all day with these new fucking film cards that last 4 hours, it's like, all right, you have 4 hours to land the trick. It gives me no motivation. I need to hear that film sound, knowing that I'm wasting a lot of money not landing the fucking thing. So I prefer film when we're shooting skateboarding tricks because I'll definitely land it way quicker. We showed up with a camera card at this thing called the Rock Cap. I was trying to heel flip varial it for fucking 3 hours just because I knew I had the time. Film card.
Right.
Then the fucking Aeroflex shows up with film, and I'm hearing. I did it fucking in 3 tries. Just because I'm like, I have to land this. I acted like it was like a skate contest and I would win the gold if I just shut up and landed.
You're not still shooting skate tricks, are you?
I am now because this bitch got my legs back to better.
Can you still do a kickflip?
Fuck yeah, I can do a kickflip switch with my eyes closed.
Nobody brought a deck, did they? In the car. Oh, okay.
We have a couple of the car.
So, your career has been difficult. Your
Yeah.
timeline has had some difficulties.
Yeah.
And like I was saying before, you've been involved in such toxic scenes even before they were toxic, which is between reality TV and skateboarding.
Yeah.
Where did things go wrong?
Well, when Ryan Dunn died, I started drinking not as a celebration. You know, before that, it was like, yo, it's a Friday night, let's go out and drink. We just finished a fucking Viva La Bam episode. Woo, what's up, guys? Whatever. Drinking, celebration, yay. But when he died, I was drinking to forget. I was drinking alone. I was drinking to get fucking wasted and black out. Like, my mission was to be a professional pile of shit because I liked getting so blacked out to where the point my friends would be like, well, you had a good time last night. I'm like, yeah, I had a good time at Iron Hill Pub. Iron Hill Pub. Then you pissed all over the fucking front desk at Peter Pit, you're banned for life. I'm like, oh, really lose sleep over that. And then you fucking beat up that one guy for no reason. I'm like, oh, I did that? Shit. It was fun for me until I realized I thought I got golden footage one night and I had to edit myself. I was all excited to watch it and I realized how bad I was slurring words and repeating myself. And I was like, fuck, I need to stop drinking. But I still kept doing it anyway. Because when you get forced into fucking rehab by a bunch of poison cocksuckers who are all hypocrites anyway, you're already bitter and mad. So when you tell me, hey, Bam, you want to meet up at Ruth Chris Steakhouse? We're going to meet up with so-and-so. Oh, yeah, it sounds like fun. It's an intervention. It's a circle of your friends saying, we think you need to. Now I'm already pissed. It doesn't matter if I'm going for a year or 2 years or 30 days. When I get out, I'm drinking a fucking White Claw. So, this guy tried to get me sober, didn't work. This girl tried to get me sober, didn't work. This girl tried to get me sober. Do I have a reason to be sober now? Yes.
Yeah.
And for feeding the wolves.
So, take a note, Alcoholics Anonymous. You just need to dangle pussy. That's all.
And you need to have you have to have a structure and a schedule. Because when you wake up with your fucking thumb up your ass with nothing to do, because I've never had a job in my life. I never had a 9 to 5. I never had a boss tell me what to do. I could do whatever I want, whatever I want. So, what am I going to do today? Shit, I don't know. I don't feel like skating because all these pills make my muscles stiff and weight gain and fucking hair loss and erectile dysfunction. So I don't feel like fucking and I don't feel like skating. Irish pub, let's go. But then when I hit the rock bottom at Sunset Marquee, like I told you, Earth Angel over here came and saved the day because she left her relationship in Miami, very abusive relationship, and she's like, I need to get these dogs, put them in the fucking car, and just drive to somewhere. I guess it's gonna be LA. So she's like, if I'm gonna stay here, he's gonna wind up killing me, and there's no doubt about it. So she gets there, we meet at the Sunset Marquee, and then the paparazzi shot of us holding hands. We're in this hot ass purple dress. Her ex-boyfriend from Miami saw that and typed, I'm coming to kill you. And he died of a fentanyl overdose on the way there in Texas.
Jesus.
Wow.
So it's kind of like we saved each other.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Audience, you have some questions for Bam Margera. He's here in the flesh. Do you want to ask them? Or we'll keep talking. They're all from the
How was it filming around the original Guar guys?
To tell you, well, they're fucking very entertaining, but they wear those monster masks while they play. So there's so much sweat in there, and they're constantly touring to the point where they can't find a fucking laundromat. But man, if you smelled their locker room, man. It smells like nothing but boy in there and sweat.
I've smelled that. It's not nice.
But yeah, they're awesome. And it's a shame about Brocky. They live in Richmond, Virginia, not too far from me.
So what about music? What's going on with music these days? Are you making music?
Yeah, right now I'm working with Anthony Green from Cirque to Survive, and Black Veil Brides just did a guitar track for a song that I'm working on, and Navarone, Priscilla Presley's son, is flying out on Halloween to to meet Motionless in White. They're my friends, but to also record a song.
Mm-hmm. Great. 'Cause
See, I have Prince's soundboard from Purple Rain at Castle Band, so now that every rock band knows that, they're like, we're coming. So it's fucking constantly booked. That's why right now I'm staying in Doylestown at a pro skater's house named Ed Duff. His dad owns Duff Electric, so they have like 90 acres of property and some fun Ferraris and dune buggies, amphibious mobiles. You could go into a lake, go fishing, come out and do a fucking donut. It's fun.
Sounds like fun. Are you still friends with Billy Bubba?
Yeah.
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 How do you like the new album?
It's great, but I was picturing a bit more distortion when he invented love metal, and I just wish you could turn that distortion knob up. But other than that, everything is fucking rock and roll.
Nice.
Yeah, we saw him in Bethlehem at his last show, and I haven't seen him for maybe even longer than that.
Mm-hmm.
But it sucks because, like, I never really look up to anybody. When I saw him in Finland in 2000, May, he was all over the paper, like, new rock band called him, and I'm like, this guy looks rad, I need to fucking meet him. And then I see his #1 video on MTV there, and it kept playing over and over again to the point where I was like obsessed with it, and I would just follow his lead, If he cracked a beer open in the morning, which I didn't even drink back then when I was 22, I'm like, you're drinking a beer in the morning? I thought people do that at night. He's like, you want one? I'm like, I ain't gonna let you do it alone. So I just followed his lead to the point where when I got them signed by fucking Warner Brothers for $4 million, the guys at Warner Brothers saboed me and said that I'm a bad influence on him. I follow his lead. When he cracks a beer open and he throws me one, I do it too. Because why? Because he's the fucking man. And then he opens up a pack of cigarettes. I didn't even smoke. I started smoking. So how am I the bad influence? But now, so they intervened him, sent him to a treatment center, and then tried to beg him not to hang out with me anymore. But now that she's got me on point, and I honestly can say this for the first time, I do not want to go back to that life anymore.
No.
She gives me a really good reason to not, and so does Phoenix the Wolf, who I haven't seen, but I'm definitely on the there's nothing more I could be doing better to see it.
So let's talk about the music videos
Yeah.
you've directed. Do you enjoy that?
Well, not anymore, because nobody has a proper budget for it, and it's all the same shit. I don't even know why fucking rappers write up a treatment, because we already know what it is. You roll up to the club with a Lamborghini in slow motion, then you get out with a crazy fly company goal, slow-mo walk with your bad bitch next to you, and then you fucking make it rain in the nightclub. We know. Rock videos, same thing. Rock and roll, nice ass lighting, all day long, and then there's a B story, and it's usually me and you meet, we fall in love, we get into a fight, and then we either make up or break up. Duh.
Sounds about right. And it's true that there isn't much budget because, like MTV is not about that anymore, and there's like YouTube and all that. But every so often a music video will come up that's like so epic. Like, you guys seen that Taylor Swift song?
Yeah.
It's like the most bubblegum, brainless pop
Right,
song, and then it's got all this dramatic heft. But like, you could change that.
Yeah, well, people are bubblegum. I mean, I asked a lot of people, who's your favorite band? I don't know, I guess that thing that's been playing on the radio lately, that Katy Perry one song. What? How the music makes the world go round. I know when my ears are bleeding diarrhea, liquid diarrhea, but pop songs are catchy, so you can't deny that. Rap songs are super catchy. Why? Because they rap about what's happening. What happened today? Yeah, I got some crazy fly Nike boots. I got an apple bottom bitch with boots with the fur on the dance club, shorty on the dance floor, whatever. They just rap, but rock and roll, they sing their fucking heart out. And, it's so funny. Wet ass pussy. I heard that on the radio, Cardi B. Yeah, you be fucking with my wet ass pussy. Catchy as shit, never forget it. I have a very neat visual about that, spank bank material. But what if that was in a rock song? Yeah, I want to go to the club and meet a wet ass pussy. It would not work. It would never make it on air. Post Malone's talking about, I've been feeling like a rock star, cocaine on the table, and I don't give a damn. Taking a bunch of shit, because I'm the fucking man, taking pills. A rock song like that, yeah, sniffing cocaine, and we're never playing this. How come rap, just because it's a dope ass beat and it's catchy, gets to make it that fucking radio?
I have no answer to that.
I love all music. I just don't really like too much jazz because it's all over the place. They can't even fucking play it again. It's a one-time thing. If you see it live, you're never going to hear that same thing again. Country music. Outlaw country is good, but I just don't get that drinking honky-tonk beer down on a Saturday night. What?
No, but I'm from Charleston, so he's liking some of it. He's going to South Carolina soon. It'll be good.
You're from Charleston?
I'm from
I'm
Charleston.
from
We are
Charleston
too.
too.
Yay! I went to Somerville High School.
I went to Stratford.
Yeah. Oh, rivals.
I know.
Rivals. I love it.
But speaking of pop music, you do have a certain affinity or I don't know. I need you to elaborate on what it is you feel like you have in common with Miss Britney Spears.
Well, she's really good friends with her ex-husband and her as well.
Jason Trawick's a good friend of mine. Yeah.
Yeah, but when I saw her big downfall with the shaved head attacking the paparazzi, I painted that on my fucking garage door because I felt her pain. And now that we're both in the Florida Shuffle with guardians that light them and everybody, if you tell the police or anybody, and the police show up and you're dead serious, I could be like, look, police, if my guardian says, don't listen to him, he's schizophrenic. If you tell a cop he's schizophrenic, that just means don't listen to him. So I could be like, officer, go 3 steps to that locker and open it, and you'll find a dead body. Yeah, you're schizophrenic. No, just take 3 fucking ass steps, open it, you'll find a dead body. Yeah, you're schizophrenic, whatever, hands behind your back. Like, it's like, if you tell you're schizophrenic, then they don't listen to you at all. So anytime she says something or tries to do something, she was fucking playing with fake knives dancing. She's been dancing since she was 2. Cool your fucking jetpack. Let her dance. And she had fake ass knives. Meanwhile, they cut to another dude, Michael Myers, with real knives dancing, and nobody gives a flying fuck. Yeah. So, oops, they did it to me too, Britney.
And yet here, Britney is on this sort of like redemption tour, you know, her memoirs coming out, all these documentaries about Free Britney.
Yeah.
When's the BAM redemption tour?
Well, I realized just anybody that is negativity or fucking in my way, I was always so friendly and like, you know what, I'll answer this fuck. Hey, how you doing, bro? No, fuck all y'all. I'm fucking hanging out with you, and you. Everybody else can eat my fucking dickhead.
So no redemption tour. I mean, I totally get
Well, I'm
that.
gonna go on a tour back to California because we got to get a couple things. So we're gonna get this RV, attach the Bentley to it, and then take the dogs and go from skate spot to skate shop, sign shit, skate with the fans or whatever, and you know, just kind of do meet and greets and visit waterfalls and gay ass national parks.
That's the plan. That's
See some hot guys.
What are you talking about the bong? You're talking about the hard bong.
Oh yeah, so now I don't do anything. I don't take any manic bipolar medication because I don't need it. Skateboarding is my medication, and I just puff on a bit of weed, like just that's all I need, and I'm a fucking happy camper. So I'm creating these heartogram bongs. My buddy, his name is Alex. He won an award for best glass blowing in Atlantic City. So we're doing heartogram bongs. We're only making limited edition.
okay. Well, my mailing address is in the magazine.
Rock and roll.
And I have never asked anyone for anything. But
I'll
I'm
get your
gonna need one
information.
of those. Yeah. I used to have heartogram shit everywhere. I used to have the belt buckle and the shirts, and I never got it tattooed, but it's not too late. Do you own that? Is that yours, or is it Elements, or I
No,
just wonder?
well, nobody knew who him was yet.
Mm-hmm.
And on the cover, when you open it, it has the heart. Bill Fallon made the heartogram, and I was just obsessed with the way that it looked, and it makes perfect sense to me.
Okay.
You know, so I started putting it on my skateboard and putting it on the front house of my door, and everybody was buying these skateboards thinking that I created. I'm like, no, if you guys do any research, it's a fucking awesome band from Finland who I back 100%. And so because I have 65 with a big heartogram, people, thought that I invented, but I mean, we both did, I mean, and you can't really patent a heart and a star. It's like trying to patent the plus sign.
Right.
I'm sure someone has.
Right.
I'm sure someone has tried that shit. And so there's no animosity between you two about who owns that design, and like when it came to the legalities of Element, did they license it from?
Yeah, but there's so many people that are pirating it.
Sure.
And Villa probably doesn't know if I'm aboard with the pirating or not.
Right.
So when somebody has some heartogram ring or a heartogram t-shirt or some heartogram skateboard, which are printed in North Carolina with the most shitty wood on the planet, it's hard for me to even sign it for a fan. Rad for getting a heartogram, but A, it's pirated. Villa doesn't make money from it, neither do I, but fuck it, I'll sign it anyway.
So, what is your relationship like with your old sponsors? Are there any that really stick out that they stuck with you when times got tough?
Yeah, well, I mean, me and Johnny Schiller from Element, aka Billabong, I pretty much made $20 million from. See, because timing is everything. Nobody knew Jackass would be as big as it was, like a light switch. It was a massive hit, and they were like, fuck, we need to start printing up Jackass shit, sell some t-shirts and sweatshirts and shit. I already had BAM chain wallets, BAM hats, BAM fucking bracelets, BAM rings, and I sold the shit out of them and made $20 million. Now, Element has transferred to Heart Supply, so I ride for the Heart Supply and this company called Psych World. And I've been talking to Remy Stratton from Volcom again. Mm-hmm. And S Shoes, which is part of Etnies, wants to do another BAM shoe.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I always thought that eventually Bam Margera would have his own clothing line.
Yeah.
I assumed it was so. I found that you had a jewelry line.
That's another thing. Like, I've been ripped off by so many poison cocksuckers. This fucker from Estonia, I bought him a $300,000 printing machine that makes rings.
Yeah, it's like 30
So he's been
silver.
selling it for 10 years, has not given me a fucking nickel. And I said, where is the money? He's like, well, I just bought a better $1 million machine. I'm like, okay, that's so we can make more money. I'm like, but you spent all that on a new fucking machine when you have not given me 1 red cent. I'm gonna fly to Estonia and fuck you up.
I hope you do. Nobody buy that shit. I didn't know that. I was looking, I was like, oh.
Not to mention, if he bumps into, let's say you're a band, Metallica or Black Veil Bride, whoever. Hey, Metallica, how's it doing, dude? I got a ring hole thing. We can make Metallica rings. So now he's doing it to them and not paying me for a fucking machine I bought.
Yeah, well, no wonder you don't have a clothing line. Shit.
Yeah, it's just hard to trust anybody because, you have to create a really tight bubble of.
Yeah.
It's all about trust, and when you let that bubble get too big, that's what I did. I let every fucking shithead in. They're stealing shit. They're fucking trying to benefit off me. They're trying to get clout. All this stuff. I had an entourage of 10 people or 20 at times wherever I went. So. When I got out of my comfort zone and I was forced to be alone in a treatment center, I was like scared to death because I don't know what it's like to do that. And then that's when I started reading and writing and creating my own fucking Strigoi language that 13 other people know, and that's all that I want to know because we fucking write each other codes and shit. Nobody can know it or read it. So, that's the only benefit of being in the longest Florida shuffle, 2 years of $1,300 a night. $660,000 later. But I realized I don't want an entourage. It's too much. And, everybody's putting in their 2 cents. Picture me and Dannii out at a nice dinner with 6 poison cocksuckers around me. So, how was your day today, Dannii? Mine was pretty good. I went skateboarding. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, mine was pretty good too. Shut up. Zip it, zip it, zip it, zip it. Get away from me.
Yeah.
No need for an entourage.
Got it. Hello. Goodbye.
Unless you're trying to gain status or get pussy.
Questions from the audience? Just throw your hands up, or else we're just gonna keep talking. Hi.
Can you tell the story when a girl hit you with a baseball bat outside your bar?
Yeah, well, I owned a bar called The Note, and it was in Westchester, and anytime I figured this out, there was an 80-year-old lady named Liz Ray who was connected to the building. We soundproofed the shit out of that shit, but I realized at the end of every month, she bitches big time to the point where I would pay her rent. So after 6 months of this shit, I caught on to her and I realized, oh, it's about that time. Ring, ring, ring. It's too loud over there. Yeah, pay your rent. So I knocked on her door. I said, listen, we live in a college town. So whether it's my bar or that bar, you're always going to have drunk frat boys at 2 a.m. pissing on the street and screaming at the top of their lungs. So if you don't like it, move the fucking Kennett Square, bitch. And then she went, bap, and I was out. Then the Lamborghini comes up to take me to the hospital that my buddy was driving, and the ambulance and police show up. They're like, what happened? She's like, that Lamborghini ran him over. And I'm like, and I came to. I was like, ran me over? That's my car and my buddy take me to the hospital because you hit me in the head with a goddamn bat.
Jesus.
And then they searched for the bat. She knew I didn't know it. And then they searched everywhere for the bat. It was hidden under a thing with blood all over it. And then she was going to go to jail for a very long time, but she has all these cousins and brothers and whatever that I would pull up to the fucking gas station and people would just come up to me, yo man, you fuck with my aunt dog, we're going to fuck you up. So I'm like, shit. So I had to call the police and say, don't put her in jail, let her go, because I don't need my car keyed or a goddamn slushy in my convertible every time I'm pulling into fucking Westchester.
Good Lord,
Yeah.
that's a doozy. Why do these things keep happening to you?
Because I love drama. I'm a troublemaker.
He's too nice. That's why.
I'm too nice, I'm a troublemaker, I love drama, as long as I'm not in it, but if I'm in it, yay. Think about it. If everybody loved everybody, it would suck big dick.
Yeah.
Because when I'm walking down the street, I was at the neighborhood in Santa Monica at 2 a.m., people were getting let out. This big gay bouncer throws out this other gay kid and he goes, there's two things I like doing, kicking ass and sucking dick, and you're about to get one of them. I'm like, which one's gonna do? Which one? I'm like, yeah. It was fucking awesome. Picture of everybody walks out, oh, what a great night, hon. Yeah, that was such a great night. That's why I hate Instagram. Because it's fucking fake as hell.
Yeah.
Everything is me and my girlfriend at the beach. Me and my girlfriend having a nice dinner. Me and my friend hanging out. No. This fucker pissed me off because he rear-ended me because he was texting somebody, wasn't paying attention. I'm having a bad day today. Nobody does that. Everything's having so much fun. Having so much fun. Having so much fun, guys. Look how much fun I'm having. Kimberly sees how much fun I'm having in Miami.
So you don't like Instagram?
No, it's just fake as hell. How many friends do you have? Well, I have 1,100 followers on Instagram. All right, like I said, how many friends do you have? Well, 11,000. Have you met any of them? No, but we chit-chat all day on the interweb. How many friends do you have in real life? Well, I didn't really think about that. And it's you can't even watch a fucking rock show these days without every shithead on their fucking phone. How was the show? I don't know. I was too busy fucking FaceTiming Brian to make sure he watched it too.
Yeah.
That's why the Misfits fucking said no phones in this venue, and it was the best rock show I've ever seen because they were actually moshing for once. Now everybody's just like,
Yeah. I hate that too. That's so true.
hey Katie, check it out. It's Ghost playing. Isn't it awesome? The guitar solo's happening right now, and I'm not even listening to it because I'm too busy talking to your fucking ass.
I hope you guys are taking pictures of him
Put
talking
the
to my
phones
magazine.
down.
This is going to be great on my gram. Roll up. I appreciate it.
Well, Lisa Alden can say this is how he is all the time. And I get that question.
I don't doubt it.
He's always like
I don't doubt it. If there's one thing you are consistent about, it's you're authentic.
Yes.
There is no sugarcoating Bam Margera. How's your relationship with your folks right now?
Difficult because I've realized that anytime my mom calls, it's some kind of issue. Like, we got a fucking bill from Arkansas. Did some? Yeah, I must have left my credit card there. I don't know. Phil, we have to get it. It's always something that I don't want to hear. And then when I ripped off the signed Billy Idol acoustic guitar off the wall because it was the first thing next to me, I hit it over my brother's head or against the something, but it smashed. Either way, his dumb girlfriend called the police and said that I have a death threat charge, a terroristic death threat charge, saying I'll put a bear trap on her foot. I was like, shut up, I'll put a fucking bear trap on your foot. I just landed from LA with no luggage, so I didn't have a bear trap, and you've been living in my house for free for 3 years, and you know that there isn't one in there. Plus, I put my hand in a bear trap in Jackass 2, and it didn't even break it, so cool your jetpack.
I feel like that's got to be one of the most difficult things about being Bam Margera is that if the police get called and it's just like, Bam Margera just took a rocket to the moon and crashed it into the CN Tower, and like they're gonna believe it.
Well, the thing is that in my township of Copson, where Castle Bam is, I had Slayer play the first day I moved in, and they had a housewarming party for me for a cake with the whole neighborhood, and I didn't even show up. I was too busy having Player Slay at 3 in the morning, making the fucking jail cell shake because it's right there and they're going bonkers. So I caused a big problem the day I moved in. Long story short, anything I come up with, they shut it down or try to shut it down. So let's think of the dumbest thing. Let's have a lesbian wrestling match, and they're all vegans. No more vegan lesbian wrestling matches. Ma'am, are you a lesbian? Yeah, I am. Are you vegan? I happen to be. Do you wrestle? Yeah. Can't come to Gopson. Like anything I come up with. No, since I've been there, no upside down cars in the driveway anymore. No more Civil War reenactments. No more treetop casinos. No more zip lines. No more doing donuts in the yard. No more fucking rock concerts. There's now a noise gauge at 11 or something. And you can't have more than a certain amount of people at your house anymore. And they also have, you can't sell tickets, you can't have an event, and you can't sell something else. The very next day, I have 10 horses coming through my private gated property, because there was a little hole in there from the rainstorm. And they're in there with 10 horses, fucking flutes, and guns, and dogs, trying to shoot a fox. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? They're like, oh, it's the fox hunting event. I'm like, event? Do you sell tickets? Yeah, they're $20. So you just started a rule because I had Yellow Wolf coming to play an MGK, and you wanted to shut it down so bad that you made a new rule that you can't sell tickets at events. The next day, you're trespassing in my property trying to kill a fucking fox, which is my spirit animal, and you just sold a ticket and it's an event. Well, they're grandfathered in. It's been happening for many years.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
What on earth is your life? I feel like I would never wish reality TV on anyone, but the things that happen to you are just like unbelievable.
Well, I had $300,000 a week to spend for 65 weeks of flying people in, blowing shit up, fixing it and whatnot. So, yeah.
So no regrets?
I don't really know. I have no regrets. I've learned from my mistakes. And everything is meant to happen for a reason, because if none of that turmoil happened to me, I never would have hightailed it to Los Angeles to go to the Sunset Marquee to meet fucking Princess Purple Rain.
And now you're here today to tell the tale.
And I'm here to tell the tale.
Let's talk about your tattoos.
Yeah.
I want to know what your first one was and what your most recent one was. You don't have to show me.
No, we can do that.
Unless you want to. Unless it's...
Well, my most recent was the other day. It's a wolf, Phoenix the wolf.
That's a hurry spot.
Yeah. And then my first tattoo was this heart when I was 17.
Wow.
And then my second one was that heartogram thing. And then third was this big ass 8-hour thing. But everybody asked me what my favorite one is. I guess my credit card, because I can buy shit on the interweb. MC for MasterCard, 916 tobacco code, 1223 expiration date. Okay. Or Brad on my pit. You get it, Brad Pitt.
I do get it. I hate it.
And I got a stamp protection for this one. Queerer than a football bat. And a football bat looked pretty queer.
You got a staph infection from that? Is that what you said?
I had the pleasure to get a stamp. I jumped into Sublime hot tub, that rock band Sublime. You already need a hazmat suit to get into that fucking thing, if you know what I mean. So yeah. Because you're not supposed to get into a hot tub right after a tattoo.
No, you are not. No, you are not. Well, we've got to wrap up momentarily, guys, because this room is being used for something else, apparently. Anything you want to ask, Ben, before we wrap up?
So, you lived a pretty wild life, enough to base a movie on it. So, do you think it will happen? And if so, who would play you?
What a great question. This kid's going places. You need to
No one can play me because, for instance, there was a movie called Grind that I was in, and because of Hollywood movie magic, they think that they could get a fucking real actor to play a skateboarder showing skate clips. So when Matt Vogel is doing his lines and then they film him drop in, they zoom in on him with his dumb helmet, and then when he drops in, I'm like, that's just Brian Sumner doing fucking And then the other one was Bucky Lee. Like, I know exactly what you're doing to the point where they don't even know if he's skating regular or goofy. And you have to film skate tricks a certain way. It was so cheesy to me that you can't imitate my style.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
But you were talking about like almost a dramatization film, like an autobiographical thing. But like, are you saying that if someone were to make a Bam Margera biography film, it would have to include skating? Like actual tricks being landed by the actor?
Hell yeah. The only way to make it work would be to show my old tricks because you can't redo them. Even if you say, let's say it's a kickflip crooked grind down a 10-stair rail. Well, if Nige Houston does it, neat. And then we have Jamie Foy do it, neat. And then Yuto Horigome, neat. They all do it in a different way. You can't imitate the way they do it. That's why skateboarding is so original. I get it. Basketball. You shoot a ball that way, they shoot a ball that way. Volleyball, same thing. Fucking tennis, same thing. What's the point? To go back and forth to see who wins or not. Boring. Skateboarding, you could fucking crooked grind this, you could do the loop, it's endless. And it's the hardest sport on the planet and most painful one besides motocross, but they practice it in a foam pit to the point where they could do it first try, every try, and if they don't, they're probably going to be dead. So besides motocross, skateboarding is the hardest, hands down. Football, gnarly, I get it. You tackle each other, but you have pads on and you're getting ready for the tackle because you see them coming. Skateboarding, you can rack your fucking dick, slide on your face, and knock yourself out on the loop. Anything. It's very dangerous.
Did you say rack your dick?
Rack your dick.
Rack it on the rack. Okay.
And I grew up skating with Pink, the singer Pink, because she in Doylestown, and I saw her at VMAs Awards, and she's like, "Do you know who I am?" I'm like, "Oh, weird." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're the singer Pink." She's like, "No, I'm Alicia with the green hair. We used to skate at Cheap Skates when we were 12." I'm like, "That's fucking you." Remember when you did a blunt to cunt? A blunt is a blunt to fake. It's a skate trick. She did it and then credit carded. So blunt to cunt.
Credit carded. This is all terminology I
Pink
haven't
skates.
heard
She has a half pipe in Venice.
forever. No shit.
Yeah.
Damn. Wow. That's pretty badass. Well, Bam, with all that you've created, like hitting it big in skateboarding is huge. Everything you've done with music, everything you've done with reality, like so much. Looking back on it, and you can't say pussy, what is the single thing you are most proud of?
Like stunt-wise?
No.
Phoenix the Wolf I'm proud of because I was so bored in treatment I wrote down all the girls that I fucked and it happened to be 88.
88?
Or give or take. But 88 is what I remember. Mm-hmm. And I'm a professional because I know how to not get you pregnant. The only one time I did it was in Barcelona, Spain, and I said his name is Phoenix the Wolf. He's born on Christmas. It was first fucking try. He's very important to me.
Your son is what you're most proud of.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Secondly,
And the 88.
my new structured vibe I have. We live in such a tight bubble in the middle of nowhere with 10 jackasses, like real jackasses,
They're all females, by the way.
and bunch of cows, chickens, 2 dogs, and there's crystals everywhere. I have a indoor heated pool, hot tub, sauna, and it's just so fun Castle Bam, if you know my gate code, come over anytime as long as you bring me a 6-pack. So it could be 3 a.m, door opens, and then I'll wake up and start drinking a 6-pack. And if they want to party and me still sleep, then go ahead, I don't care. So there's no rules. I had 2 rules at Castle Bam. 1, throw your fucking shit away, the trash can's free. I don't charge a fee. Number 2, shut off the goddamn lights when you're done, because if you leave them on and I wake up at high noon, it costs me $600 for you to skate all night. So, turn the lights, throw shit away. They can't seem to do that. So now there is no rules. Rules at Castle Bam. There are no rules, only consequences. So if you want to be the drunk shithead and take a shit on my rug, get ready to get knocked out by the Russian bear.
You hear that, Emma? Well, on that note, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Bam. We're so glad you're here.
I like the questions. You're a good interview.
Thank you. And I'll wait for that.
Great. Oh, yeah. Well, you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not gonna let you forget. You're going back to your table to sign stuff?
Yeah.
Go buy shit, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.
I got a gift for you.
Oh, cool.
Ooh, what's this?
Sure.
Dope. What? Did you make that? Wow, is that your look at the back?
Oh, fun.
Notorious THC.
Thank you.
Yeah, make sure you're wearing that when you cross the border. Your brass knuckles on at the same time. Thanks,
So we
everyone.
got,
Have a
well,
great night.
my weed shirt, my brass knuckles are right in the
Yep,
back. Thank you.
Thank you.